What happened?
Did I buy who bought these books?
That's it, perfect.
They were here, each one has someone else.
All right. בוקר טוב חברים, we're up to שערי תשובה, שער שלישי, אות כ"ג. What happened? We good?
I think this is my book.
ברוך השם, אין שמיים, they're going to show you a few more.
This is my book.
הלאה. ודע, כי הירא את דבר השם יחמיר וידקדק, וישים נפשו בכפו על מצווה קלה כמו על החמורה. כי לא יביט אל אשר המצווה הזאת קלה לעומת המצוות החמורות, אך יביט לגדולת המזיר עליו יתברך. Yes, there is this concept, that's the Oraita, it's a minhag, it's the Rabbanan, and based on the mitzvot, that's how people fulfill their mitzvot. The Sha'are Teshuvah wants to help us forget about hard, easy, kal, hamur, ishlahmir, walahmir, betchamay, betilel. Forget about the whole thing. He takes a couple mitzvot. You have Hamashim, right? Let's take a couple mitzvot, and he shows us, even in the same parasha, if you open to Parashat Kedoshim, Parashat Kedoshim, on page 344, simple mitzvah that you don't have to spend any money. It doesn't cost you anything, zero. And all it takes to do this mitzvah, 5 seconds. Pasuk lamed bet. מפני שיבה תקום והדרת פני זקן. The Torah says you see an older person, get up, תכבד אותו. That's it.
How old?
Huh?
How old?
So 70 for sure. If you call Ashitot, some say even 60. Okay? You know?
Full? No.
Huh?
Not fully.
לאו דווקא, אתה קם,
That's
you
only
know.
your father you stand up for.
Okay, but I'm saying, יש לך מצווה to, you know, to stand up for him. It doesn't cost anything, zero. And the mitzvah is very quick. Omer, Yoshev. That's it. Is it mitzvah, yes or no? Now, in the same parasha, let's flip back to page 341.
No, 613.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is?
What is this? So what is this?
I don't know.
Bevadai. 100%. Now, on page 341, look pasuk gimel. Ish imo ve'aviv tirau. You gotta fear your parents. Do you know how hard is this mitzvah? Do you know how hard is the mitzvah of to fulfill? Fear your parents. When you talk to your parents, how to talk to your parents. איך לדבר להורים. You know how careful you have to be. חס ושלום לא לצער. Not to cause pain. Or any way of pain to parents. Kama kasha is this mitzvah. Wait, we're not done. The next one is ve'echa betotai tishmoru. And you gotta keep Shabbat. No, keep Shabbat. No, who can sign that he for sure lo asa hilul Shabbat b'chlal? תורייתא דרבנן, תולדות, אבות, כל הצרות האלה. אבל זה כזה פשוט? יפה. Now watch this. In Pasuk Gimel, the way the Pasuk ends is Ani Hashem. Fine. Let's flick back. Let's go back to page 2. Mitzvah of Mipnei Seva Takum. מה כתוב שמה? ויראת מאלוהיך אני השם. The same one, the same God who commanded us to fear our parents, Morah, the same God who commanded us to fulfill and to keep Shabbat, he is the same one who signed the same mitzvah of Mipnei Seva Takum v'Hadata Pnei Zaken. Now, if you think about it, you got 3 mitzvot, the same parasha, the same perek. And some mitzvot are very easy. It doesn't take much. Torah kotevet Ani Hashem. And some mitzvot, very hard, very difficult. The punishment is Whoa, harsh. And who signed that mitzvah? Also HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Omer Rabbeinu Yonah. Let's look inside. Al yabit el asher ha-mitzvah azot kala לעומת המצוות החמורות. Don't look at on mitzvot kal versus hamur, easy versus hard. Rather, אך יביט לגדולת המזהיר על המתברך. Look who is the one who command to do the mitzvot. Once you focus that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he is the one who gives you the mitzvot, then there is no kal v'hamur. It's much easier to fulfill mitzvot when you know who is the one who commanded us to fulfill the mitzvah. Make sense? אתם מבינים, אבי? You hear this? So, you see, Rabbeinu Yonah is helping us how to think of mitzvot. Meaning, he's helping us, this is easy to do. This is very hard to do. I'm not into this mitzvah. Mitzvah. HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Then what's the difference? Which mitzvah? What's the difference? Yabit legdulat hamazir. And he says, Ufkah enecha. And open your eyes. Vehetev lirot. And look very good, very careful. Ki ha'ikar ha'nichbad hazeh nitba'er b'Torah. Because this yesod is being very clear in the Torah. כי נכתב על מצוות הקימה מפני השיבה, כמו שנכתב על מצוות מורא אביו ואמו ושמירת שבת, אני השם. פירוש, what does it mean אני השם? שים ליבך, pay attention, ודע מי המצווך והמזהרך. Who is the one who is telling you what to do? מי זה? אני השם. Then if it's Hashem, there is no difference of respecting an older person versus Shabbat and fearing your parents.
All the same?
It's all the same. Meaning, I don't do the mitzvah if it's easy or it's hard. I do the mitzvah because Hashem command me. So if Hashem command me to do the mitzvot, what's the difference? What mitzvah he told me,
We're corrupted.
I'm sorry?
We're corrupted.
Why we?
I am corrupt.
Okay, you can talk about yourself. We can help. That's why we're here to help you. What's the issue? How can I help you?
The issue is that we were, I don't want to say we were raised, but things, some we feel
Speak up.
Things, we feel as if some things are easier or hard in our life.
Okay. No.
Here we're saying
No. I agree.
not in life, but in regards to mitzvot.
Right. If you take the mitzvot,
We categorize them.
look, if you take the mitzvah, when it comes to action, it's hard, it's easy. Yeah, you could say Shabbat is hard. Respecting.
No, but we can't say that though.
He tells you how to think. He wants to change your
mindset.
CD here.
Yeah, the rabbi's explaining that there is no easy or hard, because we should be looking at it from the perspective of who's the one who gave us the mitzvah.
Beautiful.
To just do the mitzvah.
Yefé mod. So if it's Ani Hashem, there is no difference which mitzvah is it. En kal v'hamur. Every mitzvah you do is because Hashem
So
commanded
why
you.
is it that we think it is more, certain ones are harder than others?
It's a lack of education.
The whole life is like that.
Today, now you'll change.
People get caught up in doing a mitzvah, so they lose focus on what you're doing it for.
That's why it says Shiviti
That's what
Hashem.
else.
I think
That's
it's hard,
why you see the whole Shulchan Aruch. You see how big is the Shulchan Aruch?
Yeah.
Got more than 20 volumes. You know how many thousands of halachot? But what's the first halakha in Shulchan Aruch? The first halakha, the first one is Shiviti Hashem lenegdi tamid. Before you're gonna keep all the thousands of halachot, let me give you the basic. Before you get too excited, step one, Shiviti Hashem lenegdi tamid. Put Hashem in front of your eyes. Once you start there, then the whole Shulchan Aruch gets into place. Everything makes sense.
What does that mean?
Put Hashem in front of you.
What does that mean?
Meaning, why do you learn now?
Because Hashem wants me to learn.
And if your wife wants something and you're very tired, what do?
Most of the time, I help.
Why most?
Why do we learn?
Because there are times where I'm so tired where I just fall asleep while she's talking.
Okay, I see. Then okay, I hear you. Now, what? So why do you do that? What do you want to help her? Why? Some husband is because I don't want to get yelled.
That's your obligation to her.
Some I gotta keep my shalom bayit. Some I got enough of her. Okay, kol echad in his version.
We should be doing
But
it's a mitzvah.
if I that's a mitzvah.
No, I know it's a mitzvah, but we should be thinking that it's a mitzvah, and that's why we're fulfilling this.
Befadai. I want to tell you something.
I'm saying that's
Nachon. And that's why it'll be so easy for you to live your life like this. I want to give you an example. You got to take sometimes Jack to the doctor, correct?
Yeah.
When you take Jack to the doctor, what do you feel like? Like,
is it a hassle? Is it out of
Yeah.
No, so I mean, yeah, sometimes you could feel that's maybe inconvenient.
you're famod. Now, that's because you're a parent. Because when you take Jack to the doctor, suppose scan, could have slept the whole night for 2 days, for 2 nights. So I have to take him to the doctor because you feel here, your emotions, you feel pity on him. So you feel bad. So you're a good father and you take him. So your emotions going to work as long as it doesn't become a burden on you. But the minute it becomes too much, so this kid in a way, it interferes your life, and that's when it starts becomes too much. But if I take my son to the doctor because the hesed, you know why it's hesed? There's a little kid over here, happens to be my son, or happens to be is my daughter. There's this kid. He's a baby. He doesn't know what to do. He has no idea how to heal himself. He learned that clue zero. He's only 2, 3, 4 years old. And he has me next to him to help him. So if I just put in my mind, I'm taking him to the doctor because I do hesed with a soul of a Jew, in a shamash al Yehudi, which belongs to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, happens to be that Hashem gave me this collateral because he trusted me that I'll do a good job as a father. So when I take him to the doctor, it's no different how many times the hesed, so I fulfill mitzvah. It's between me and HaKadosh Baruch Hu now. So it'll be much easier to function and to do things, not because my wife asked me to take the kid to the doctor. Not at all. It's between me and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Happens to be, it's double win. It's a double hesed. I'm helping the kid also, and also my wife. But not, my wife told me to take the kid to the doctor, so what can I do? I cannot do anything, miskin. Not at all. If that's how you work, you're going to bump your head to many, many walls, many, many times. And by the way, then what's the difference between us and a cow? Also, a cow that has a calf, she has pity on him. So what's the difference between me and my son than the cow and the calf? It's because even a behemah, an animal, has pity. So when the behemah takes care of her baby, her calf, it's not because, yeshama hesed or anything. Behemah, even animal has pity on her babies. You see the dogs, you see cows, you see any type of animal in the world. But we are different. The reason what moves me to take my child to the doctor, it's not because I have pity only. Because if you're going to function because I have pity, it's nice to take it once in 2 months. It's nice. But if it's going to be something you have to do over and over, and sometimes it cuts in the middle of the day, it's not easy to act. But if your mind is, I'm doing hesed and happens to be, it's my son, but it's a hesed. This kid cannot do anything. I'm taking him to the doctor. You know what? How about this?
Same thing with anything we do. Then.
Absolutely. So that's called
this before.
So that's called Shiviti Hashem Lenigdi Tamid. I'm putting Hashem in front. Why do I do this act? And by the way, also food.
Even if you
but hold on. Also breakfast. You're having breakfast now, right?
I should feel that I'm eating the breakfast in order to serve Hashem.
No.
That we should have the energy to do.
No.
So what's the chesed?
Okay.
Feeding ourselves.
Hashem gave me a body.
Right.
Listen, no. Listen. And for me to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I got to make sure that this car functions. I have a car. This car needs a gas. Okay? What you Baruch Hashem, you're in the leasing business. You should know better. People want to lease a car, right? You could give him the best car, the most expensive car. You could pay $2,000 to leasing a month. And after a couple of days, Habibi, you're a thief. Why? Robert, I paid so much. The car doesn't work. I turn on the engine, it doesn't work. It's impossible. You go to check, but I'm a Janoon. When was the last time you put the gasoline? So never. I thought this car is the top. Habibi, give it the best car. If you don't put gasoline, it's not going to work. Correct? Good. Hashem gave us the neshama. And the neshama, Hashem put the neshama in our body. Our body needs to function. And the way to function, you have to bathe. You got to take a shower. You have to brush your teeth. You got to clean yourself. You got to eat. You got to eat healthy. And if you go out, you got to do exercise. You got to swim. You got to do whatever you got to do. That's part of serving HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Why commit suicide? It's so bad. To the sense that some people can hold El Olam Haba. No one gave you permission to do whatever you did on your body. You're not the Baalim on your body. Do you understand?
I understand.
Okay. We are not the boss on our body. הגויים, יש לאישה אפשרות to do abortions. The opposite. This is the best way to think.
This is the best way to think.
And
Your whole life is a mitzvah.
Right. Beautiful. It's amazing. The way you live, it's only when I'm going to come to the shul, I have a mitzvah. Or somebody comes to ask about a mitzvah. I'm telling you, it's 24/7. And every second, it's times millions. Because you don't focus only on you. You got Jack, you got Eileen, you got your wife, you got your parents, whatever you do. This is kids that you have. This is neshamot that are under your wing and you take care of them. So that's a tremendous hesed. It's tremendous. That's how Shevita Hashem and kicks in. Why people that they have no Torah, they have so much problems in life when it comes to marriage and kids. The best thing, look what's the difference between a person who has Torah versus a person who has empty. You go to sleep, and your wife also goes to sleep. And now in the middle of the night, the baby cries, or the kid wakes up. The mindset is, it's her job. Right?
Okay.
Why are you silent all of a sudden?
No, I'm thinking.
Don't think too much. This is how it works. Most people in the world it's her job. Why? Because she's the mother. Okay. I'm not saying no, I'm not saying it, right? This is a fact, right? No, before the switch. No, before the switch. I'll tell you 2 ways how I think about it. 2 ways.
Shlomo wakes up.
I'm sorry?
Shlomo wakes up.
I'll tell you, guarantee you can come to my house. Listen how it works. You could come, how about this? I could put someone on the phone and ask him when he woke up twice this night, who went to him?
Okay, bro.
Listen, I want to teach you something.
Okay.
It's not that I'm a tzaddik, not at all. But I just want to tell you how I think, at least. Number 1, especially when a wife is not only a wife, she also works. Takshiv tov tov what I'm saying now. Some mothers, they only, they have it, they're a mother. Okay, it's not an easy job. It's 24 hours job. Because she's home, she got to be a mother and she got to be a wife, and it's not easy. But especially if she has to work. So a wife who is a mother and she works, you have to know one thing. If she's going to be a mother and she has to work and she has to cook dinner and she has to bathe the kids, and she has to put up to sleep, and you want a pretty wife, and you want everything to be set, and you want to have a dinner ready when you come home, and when the baby or the kid cries in the middle of the night, you make sure that she wakes up. Habibi, it's not going to be too many years. She's going to clap, and she's not going to be able to function anymore. The same. She's going to end up in the hospital, either mental or physical, and then everything is going to fall on me. It's her, kids, and everything above. So I'm being very selfish. I don't want my wife to get to that point. Let me help her. But that way of thinking, it's because I'm selfish. You have why? I don't want to deal with a sick wife. I want to make sure that she's healthy. So for her to be healthy, having been 10 years working like this, that's it. She's wiped. She'll become a shmata. You cannot. It's impossible. Impossible. You can be machine. Even Mercedes, after a couple of years, you got to change the car. The engine doesn't work the same. So we are not any different. So you got a wife who she wears a couple hats. She's a wife. She's a mother. She works. You better make sure to get the help done in the house. She has to have a cleaning lady. She has to have a babysitter. And she has to have also at least a normal life outside the house. Meaning to go out, fresh air. It's not much. This is basic stuff. Couples that they don't act this way, and the husband throws everything on her. It's laundry, it's breakfast, it's lunch, it's dinner, it's bath, it's doctor, it's dentist, it's paperwork and schoolwork and payments. What do you think you are? And then you come home, I want to have dinner ready. Are you kidding me? What exactly you did? What do you mean I work so much? Yeah, from 10 till 6, 7, I'm working. And what do? You talk to people and customers. That's called work. Who are you fooling? She had the physical work. They have the physical work so hard. You think it's easy? It's not easy. So if in the middle of the night, the baby cries, if I'm going to let her wake up, you know what's going to happen later on? I'm going to pay a very, very heavy price for that. So one way to look at it, that's very selfish. I don't want her to get sick because I don't want everything to follow me later on in life. But that's going to happen for sure. That's one. That's step one. That's if I'm not religious. Now, and above, if you are religious and you are a ben Torah and you're learning Torah, where is Noseh be'olim haverot to help your wife? It's not easy. They barely sleep. And the Gemara says when a woman gives birth, it takes 2 years for her body to come back. 2 years. That's why she's patur from fasting. Most of the tzomot, she's patur. They're patur. You know what does the body goes through the pregnancy? And you allow one another like kilos a machine. You have to understand what they go through, hormones, and they go through the whole everything else. You think it's easy? Not at all. 2 years it takes their body to come to get back to be normal. 2 years. And all she asked is she just gave birth. I need your help. Well, again, me. Are you what I'm talking about? So being a mensch is where's no with your wife. And what about your son? Zigam has said, oh, watch this. If you're gonna get a phone call, there is a little, 3 years old, an orphan kid over here. He needs a place to sleep for 2 nights. Would you open the door for this kid? I'm asking a question. An orphan, Yatom Hazit, his mother passed away. Would you open the door? A cute, sweet boy, yeshiva, very sweet. Would you let him? Would you open the door for him to sleep over for two nights? Yeah. Yes or no?
Yes.
Good. If he cries in the middle of the night, would you have pity on him?
Yes.
Why?
Just lost the parent.
Good. So it's easier for us to get up for an orphan than our own children. Do you hear what? Do you hear? That's a lack of education. That's a lack of education. I would get up for an orphan and I'm my own son. Why? He has to get to the state hospital to be an orphan, so I can have pity on him. Where's the brain? So here, she's not a widow, and he's not an orphan. And Baruch Hashem, everybody's healthy. Get up and help. That's the thought that I have. Now, let me give you another thought. 20 years ago, we had a debate in the Kollel. Who the kids love more? The father or the mother? Isaac, what do you think?
Dad's more fun.
I'm not asking fun. I ask who the kids love more, the father or the mother? The mother. Mother. Albert? Mother. Rich?
See whoever has a more positive outlook.
Habibi, a kid doesn't know positive outlook. Habibi, get out here. Who would he run to first? Mother. Well, so we had a whole debate in Kollel, mother, father, mother. At the end of the day, the conclusion is very simple. The one who puts more time and effort with the kids, that's who the kids always going to go after. Pashut. Happens to be that the mother is with the kids all the time, and she takes them to the pool, and she plays with them, and she spends hours and hours and hours with them, and she does homework with the kids, and she gives them bath, and she puts them to dress, and she hears them, and after all comes the Mr. Boss, the father, gives commands. Who's gonna like him? No kid's gonna like him. What exactly you did with the kids that you want him to love you? And you know where the smack, you know where you get the smack? When you get older, and when you need the kid, they're not there for you. Wow, is it maka? Is it cave? What a pain. So why to wait to that stage? Baruch Hashem, your kid's young and you're fresh. Think. And again, I'm being a little selfish, but I'm just giving you the thoughts in the middle of the night why you can get up and do whatever she does. Remember, you're building a bond with your child. It's a bond. But we don't think that way. We don't think because we don't talk about it. So when you go today, B'ezrat Hashem, go home and you go to Jack, you're gonna give him a bath. And you're gonna dress him with pajamas or give him a dinner. Number one, I love my son.
I know. I obviously love our
But
children.
do you know where?
Also,
But do you know where the hazard kicks in? When I'm not in the mood. You know where the hazard kicks in? When I'm very tired. You know when the hazard kicks in? When I don't want to help, but I need to help. Here comes the Torah and helps you think right and helps you think correct. And that's where you see the Bnei Torah homes are so peace, are so joy to be around them. It's amazing.
The ones that have that education.
I'm sorry?
So the ones that have that education.
But not enough education. That's where the Musar,
That's where the test is. Did you?
the
did you
Musar
ring
comes
the bell
in.
or did you
The
not do it?
Musar. The lo pashut. You know, the Rabbi Alav Shalom, I'm a witness, was twice, I did 2 Yemei Kippur by him. Twice. I remember Erev Kippur before he goes to Shul, he goes to his wife, he gives a bracha, Shana Tova, b'chol b'chol, and he tells her, you don't have to ask for forgive me, for me, I don't have to forgive, I don't have to ask you for mehila, I never hurt you, and you never hurt me. Goodbye, I'll see you in the shul, and he walks out. I heard it, and I was there twice. אמר לא פגעתי בך כל השנה, כל החיים, ואת לא פגעת בי, לא צריך לבקש מחילה אחד מהשני. You can say that to your wife. How come? איך זה? פשוט מאוד. If you live in such a home, you know what type of kids you're raising? It's a peace. What are normal kids? I remember one of his grandchildren came to him before he got married. Tells him, Saba, give me some tips. You hear this? One of his older grandsons, he came to the rabbi and tells him, Saba, I need some tips how to have a good marriage. Do you know what he told him? If you live like your mother lived, you can have a good marriage. That's all. Just copy your mother. He's a grandson from his daughter. This daughter, she's married to an avrech. I mean, she's not young. She's already 50, 60. If she gets sick, the husband gets sick. They're so close to each other. They're so attached that if she gets a headache and she's in bed, he gets the same thing. Shamatem? It's not stories. I'm there. I was there. That's how is their marriage. They're so close. In Bnei Narav, they have 10 children. And the house, neat, mesudar, the kids, unbelievable. I never, ever, ever heard once any scream in that house. Never. It's a bayit shel nesichim. It's a house of regal people. The husband doesn't yell. The mother doesn't go nuts. Very calm, talk, they'll bring. You know, I'm not saying the kids don't fight. It's normal to fight, but that's not what goes around the house 24 hours. 24 hours, there is calmness. There is something, I don't know how to explain, but that's a healthy marriage. That's someone who helps his wife to carry the bags when she comes from the store, and he says that he picks up to the house the bags, and he takes the kids to school, and he picks them up also, and he feeds them, and he puts them to sleep every night, and then he's going to go to the kollel night. He will never go to the kollel night before he helps his wife from 6 to 8 or from 7 to 9. Whatever hours she needs to be, during to put the other kids to sleep, he's there for her. So when the grandkid came to his father and tells him, Saba, can you give him a tip how to live after a good marriage? He told him, just copy your mother. That's it. And I'm telling you, the Torah is teaching us that you don't live alone in your house and you have servants over there. Do you know if people would have this mindset? Do you know how many problems of marriage you're gonna solve? And I hear, and trust me, I hear problems. I hear a lot of problems when it comes to marriages, and all it takes is that mindset. And you get to the bottom. That's called shivita shonanim d'tavet. If we, the men, would have this mindset, 80%, if not 90% of the problems at home will get solved. But we don't think that way. And we have this mentality, it's her job. I'm sorry to say, I can't, I don't know, I just, not me.
I don't think that.
Huh?
I don't think it's a job.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't say that I think that it's her job.
You don't have to say, but that's how you behave. Not you, they. We have the thing, because I work outside, so she has to run the whole house. And it means she has to run the whole house. Oy va'avoy if she has to run the whole house and she works. Oy va'avoy.
People who think that are the ones who go to work and the wives don't work, maybe more than the guys whose wife.
And let me ask you, and do you think if she's home and she works and she does everything, do you think it's easy when you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kids?
No.
Okay.
I don't think they.
Now, summer is about to finish. You got a week or two. There is no school and no camp, and you got 3, 4, 5 kids. The house becomes a zoo. And where's the husband? Look, he says, "Oh, yo, he's scratching. He's scratching already." I think I have a skin him. There's one. Lama, because what can I do with the kids? What should I do? I gotta keep them busy. I can't pop. And you wanted to be with the kids, and you just go to work. You know what? I don't care if you got to work. At least either come 1 hour early, or give her a babysitter, or give her a help, or do something with her, or go with her together. But just to throw everything on her because you go out and you make money, that's not how a normal and functional marriage works. It's not. It's not. I know it's not easy to hear these things. This is the true marriage. The true marriage, that's לתת יד ביחד, לחיות ביחד. And תדע לך, and you have to know that if that's how you're gonna, you'll raise your family and your kids. תדע לך, when you get older, the respect and the kavod that you're gonna get back from your kids, unbelievable. The Rabbi Alav Shalom, he was sick about 6 months before he passed away. On Pesach after Sukkot, one of his kids, 3 daughters and 1 son, and the Baruch Hashem, they all are grandparents. All of them are grandparents. They have kids and grandchildren. When the rabbi was ill, all the kids dropped their jobs. For almost 6 months, they were with him 24 hours in the house. They dropped their jobs. They dropped the kids, everybody. They were with him the whole time. Do you know who does it? Who does it? Would you drop your job for your parent? They dropped their jobs. Quit. I'm quitting my job. What, are you crazy? I don't care. My father is sick. I have to be there. 6 months. His son is a rabbi. Cahilot. He dropped everything and he was with his father till the minute he passed away. Who does it? Who does it? But that's the minimum payback to the father. His daughter once, I showed her a clip, a video that I have. I showed it to her. She started to cry. I didn't do enough for my father. And they were, and I'm telling you, specifically that daughter, she was lucky that it was the last wedding, I think, that the rabbi attended before he passed away. It was 2 months before he passed away. And under the chuppah, the rabbi cried. And he said, what this daughter did for me. What this daughter did for me and doing for me. He said, the hatan is lucky to enter into such a regal home. He's lucky, the hatan, because he has no idea what type of home he's going. He's coming in. And he spoke about his daughter. And when I showed her after he passed away something, she cried. We didn't do enough to my father. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So when you're a father, what type of messages, what type of view are you living after 120 to your kids? And Baruch Hashem, they have beautiful marriages, that they have beautiful homes, that they have beautiful, between each other, the brother and the sister are together. There's peace all the time. How many families do you have this? When you have such a father that Ben Torah, and I'm saying a true Ben Torah, Zocheh, you're lucky to have such a fruit. But when you're very selfish, it's going to bite you one day. Today, later on, you have to, for some people, marriage is it's a hustle, it's gehinam. If she's not mental, she doesn't have a mental issue, right? If the mental issue is out of there and she's healthy, marriage has to be one of the most beautiful things for a person. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, when he created the world, watch this. He created the world, pairs, all the animals, akol, everything was pair. Yes, so good. Was only one thing that was not a pair. Adam HaRishon. Let's think about how come everything in the world, kol ha'olam haya zugot, and the only thing was bli zug was the human. How come? One of the beautiful explanations that I heard once, it's because HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he created the woman, the Isha, your soulmate from you. When you have the line is created together, okay, it's 50-50. Maybe I need you, maybe I don't need you. אבל when it came to create the couple, אדם הראשון וחווה, השם לא עשה אדם וחווה same time. He created the wife from him. She's a piece of you. If you know what it means, she's a piece of you. She is part of you. You and her are one. If you and her are one, how could I live without her? How come I, if you want your left hand to drop you? That's when you have Torah. When you have Torah, marriage is the biggest bracha. The bracha, the simcha, the akol. But if it doesn't function normal, the baya. This, the whole thing is in one large Rabbeinu Yonah. Yabit legdulat hamashiach. Know who commands you to do the mitzvot. Hazak baruch yom mevorach. I see that you got a title.